Hello and welcome to Company Interiors. My name's Nick Clark. We're a channel dedicated to all things moss and now all things preserved plants and preserved materials to create your products. Now, if you can watch to the end of this video, I'm going to give you the opportunity of actually sending you some free samples of the mosses that we use here, flat moss and lichen. So if you can cover the shipping for me, I'm glad to put that in the post to you for free. So in today's video, we're talking about all the products that are now available on our Etsy store. So we're going to put a link in the description so you can click on and you can have a look at all the products that we're going to talk about in today's video and all the other videos that are on the channel. Again, some more links in the videos here. So what we're talking about are the moss products that we are creating, both moss walls behind us, and I'm going to run through a few design ideas through the course of this quick video on some design inspirations for you so you can move on. Again, check the store out to see all the products that we're talking about. Today we're talking about the forest bed. Now this is a term that we use within the moss wall designs and moss frame designs that we are biomimicry. We are trying to recreate natural environments. So in any of the slides that I'm going to run through here, this is what we're trying to create. So let's have a look at some of the products that we're using to create these. Now this is a fantastic new product available to us. This is cork bark. It's cut in a preserved way, in an ecological way, and the managed forests where these come from are replanted and regrown for these particular products. So the cork bark that we use within the walls, we can obviously start to apply the preserved mosses onto these products, onto these bark, these cork bark pieces. We also have smaller pieces that we add into the frames to create a really natural environment. You know, the product is really close to nature. Now the products themselves, let's talk through the mosses that are also available to you. So we are using flat moss. Now this is a preserved material. It requires no watering, it requires no sunlight, and it requires no maintenance whatsoever. If anything, I would try and keep your designs away from direct sunlight, only because it's going to deteriorate quicker. However, this product's going to last you for over 10 years and it's a stabilized moss, requires no maintenance whatsoever, as I've just described. Second one we're using this, which is reindeer moss, it's often called, but it's actually a lichen. It's a spongy, soft material. Again, looks fantastic when it's set against the bark products. And also, when we are actually applying some of the lichen or the reindeer moss into some other displays, such as vases, preserved baby Eucalyptus on our site. There's also Eucalyptus popular, which is the larger size. It's got a fantastic smell to it. Again, this is a preserved plant. It is not dried, it is not artificial, it is as real as it can possibly be, but then again lasting you for years and years and years on end. So the use of the material in a vase looks fantastic with this lichen or reindeer moss, added then with our preserved plants that are available, and then using that with the bark itself as well. Absolutely fantastic. We also have ferns available, all sorts of different colors and finishes on the site, which you can take a look at. So when we're actually using the preserved plants along with our flat moss on our walls that you see behind us. The one that I built behind us here is purely using flat moss, but then it is also using bun moss. So the bun moss is this rounder, greener variety that you see on the site there. And these come in fairly large pieces, individual pieces that give you that undulation in the forest bed wall or the moss wall. So adding ferns, adding some of the preserved plants onto our actual design here shows you that how it's really starting to pop. It's really starting to come alive, and that is of course your imagination. If you are buying these loose products, then you are free to start designing on how you see fit. Fantastic range of products that you can use, and then also when you're starting to put these in frames. Now this is one of the smaller frames, but you see the general idea that the product looks fantastic when it's actually squared off. There's some videos on the channel, I'll put a link in as well, which is of one of the larger frames that I made, and again these are ideas that you can use. All you got to do is just buy a couple of boxes and you are away. So the other one that we want to cover then is also the coloured lichen, or the coloured reindeer mosses. So we have a whole range of different finishes available within the reindeer moss or the lichen, and this is when you're creating some different moods. So to think that you can actually have a whole variety of colors. Again, we've got some videos on the channel of making a purple heart. So you would then just choose one of the purple products. We have yellows, from reds to purples to greens to blacks, a whole spectrum of different color finishes within the reindeer moss. So this is very decorative. It looks fantastic in table displays, table runners, and then you're going to mix that with some of the bark products to begin to create some fantastic looking displays. So the rest of it is your imagination. Please subscribe to the channel if you like this sort of thing. Click the notification bell to get all the new videos that come out. Now, for your free moss sample, I have dropped a link in the description. If you click on that, that will just take you to a page where you'll drop your email address in, and just to cover the postage for me, and then I shall get some of these samples over to you. Check them out before you actually commit to making a larger product or making your purchase. So don't forget to send me the photographs. We love to see all the creations that you're making. So have a great day, and we'll see you again soon.